स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़ी किसी भी अपडेट के लिए स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करें और हमारे फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम पेज को भी जरूर फॉलो करें।
Indian cricket's newest poster boy, someone who has set the field on fire in the last few months every time he has come out to bat or he has kept wickets for India. Welcome KL Rahul to this inaugural edition of Inspiration Season 2. Pleasure to have you with me.
Thank you, Dada. Was due for a long time and finally I'm happy that it's
first question
now.
To you. Time to resume, KL. Time to resume. We are all talking about resumption. The government has now allowed athletes like you to go out and train. BCCI sources tell me that they have a 4-stage plan. How are you looking at resumption and when are you starting to train, if not already?
Look, Dada, honestly, it's been a really hard couple of months. I mean, you know, everything that's happening around in the country, around the world has just been difficult for all of us. And during this time, we've felt grateful about a lot of things, at least, for us athletes, for a lot of us, at least we had some sort of access to training. And even for me, I think, at home, I had set up a decent training option for myself. So I've kept myself quite busy with training in the last couple of months. And the thought of resumption just is exciting for all of us, and we all know it's going to be interesting, and it's not going to be like what it used to be, at least as soon as it begins. So it's going to be really interesting for all of us, and I'm excited to begin, and just can't wait to get back on the field and get going again.
Have you given yourself a restart date? As in, are you starting to go out in Bangalore? Will you go out to the NCA, for example? Or have you given yourself a restart date? And is there a plan that you will gradually try and get back to fitness? Because, you have been out of action for close to 3 months now.
Yeah, we've been out of action. But like I said, we've, to a lot of my teammates that I've kept in touch and kept talking through the lockdown, we've all been trying to stay fit, and we've done our bit, whatever we can with limited facility. We've tried to keep ourselves fit, and I honestly feel like we've all become a lot more stronger. But obviously, being on the field and playing the game needs a different kind of fitness. We all understand that, and I think it'll take us a couple of weeks or maybe 20 days at tops to get back to being international cricket fit. So yeah, we're all excited, and NCA and BCCI, we haven't heard much as players yet, but we the BCCI and the NCA has kept in touch with us, and has checked up on us every week, and just finding out what we're doing and how we're keeping, and how our health is mentally and physically. And the government has given the go to start training, but I think we're still taking it a little slow and making sure that everything is safe for all the athletes. And at least in Bangalore NCA, I think in a couple of weeks should start off, and I'm looking forward to it. And also, having said that, we're in at least me personally, I'm not in such a hurry. We want to make sure that we're all safe first before everything starts. So yeah, the guys at BCCI and NCA, they know it best, and I'm sure they'll make the best decision for all of us.
And that's the fair way to go about it. if you actually ask me, prudence needs to be exercised. Health and safety absolutely will come first, KL, and every possible precaution has to be taken, because these are unnatural circumstances. Having said that, how do you look at these new rules? If I can ask you, as an elite performer, the rules that ICC has now set in place: no saliva, home umpires, and of course possible replacements in case of a medical emergency. How do you look at the new rules?
Like I said earlier, it's just going to be interesting times. Like I said, it's not going to be the same game we played 6 months ago. We'll all take some time to get used to the new rules and the new the new way of playing, at least for the next 7-8 months or for the rest of the year. I mean, we're also used to shining the ball with spit, or it will be difficult initially, but I think we'll all as sportsmen, as people, we're used to, we will get over things, and we will understand the new way and adapt to it. And like I said, we're just excited and looking forward to resuming, and whatever are the rules, and like you just mentioned, safety and health of people and health of players is the top priority. So whatever rules are in place, I think is all thought out, and I think as players we will follow it, but it might be a little uncomfortable or might take a little time for all of us to get used to it.
Okay. We call this show Inspiration. You are one. From the way you have come back from January of 2019 to what we are now, middle of 2020, is an incredible journey. If I can ask you, based on my show, what inspires you in life? What is your source of inspiration?
Look, for me, I mean, I've always, like people say, look yourself in the mirror, and I wake up every day and look myself in the mirror, and I tell myself that I've been given this opportunity, and I'm blessed to be able to do what I always wanted to do. I mean, a lot of people have dreams, but they get pushed in different direction for whatever different reasons, and that's not the case with us. That's not the case with a lot of us cricketers. We all, since a very early age, we all wanted to be cricketers, and we're blessed with this opportunity to play cricket. And I'm one of the few lucky ones that has gone on to represent the country, and so that for me is the biggest inspiration, and I take a lot of pride in how far I've come, and I respect my own journey, and I'm proud of how far I've been able to come. So that gives me a lot of inspiration, and that also motivates me to push myself and go forward. And we all know that cricket or sport is not our careers are not too long, and I realized after 2019 that I probably have good 10 or 11 years left in me, and I need to dedicate all my time and all my energy towards becoming a better player, towards becoming a better team man, and doing whatever I can to win games for my country and for my team. So that mind shift really helped me, and it took a lot of pressure off me when I started focusing on wanting to do better for the team, wanting to be part of champion teams and make a difference in the team, and those kind of things just took a lot of pressure off me. And I think my consistent performance, a lot of credit goes to that, how differently I started thinking after 2019. I know with the suspension and with all of that happened, it was I was tempted, or I was in a way wanted to be selfish and greedy and go out there and play for myself. But I realized that's why I failed when I started focusing on myself and wanted to push for individual scores or things like that. So when I just told myself that like I said, I've been given this opportunity to represent my country, and I need to go out there and just do what the team wants me to do. And luckily for me, fortunately, I've got results as well.
If I can ask you two questions.
Yeah.
If I can ask you two questions, KL, now. Two questions. One, with you as wicketkeeper, all of a sudden we have so much more balance. And this is something I have asked you in the past. Wicket keeping, you have done it from a relatively young age. You have kept in the domestic circuit, and then all of a sudden, as wicket-keeper batsman at number 5 for India, it seems a different KL Rahul is batting in the 50-over format, and in the T20 format, opening the batting, it's unreal as the way you are batting. I mean, has keeping wickets given you that extra confidence that you are sort of making such a big difference to the team? That's question number one, if you take that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Look, the way I batted in one-day internationals, batting at 5, I've honestly surprised myself as well, because that's a position or that's a responsibility that I was not used to, or I wasn't. I won't say I wasn't comfortable, but I've never been put in that position ever in my career. So it was a new role, and I honestly surprised myself. And yeah, I think for any player, it's just at that level, at the international level, you just need one good knock, or you need a little confidence shown by your captain, by your teammates, by your coach. That little bit of cushion just takes the player to places that even he would have never dreamt of reaching. So a lot of credit goes to my teammates, my coach, my captain Virat as well, for just giving for finding me worthy to put me in uncomfortable positions, and knowing and having faith that I can make a difference for the team. So thinking about one days, I think, like I said, I never thought I'd be able to do this, and one or two good innings has just given me that confidence that no matter what the situation, I can go out and make a difference for my team and carry out that responsibility. So yeah, I've quite enjoyed myself, and like you said, wicket keeping is not something which is very, very new. Number 5 was a very, very new role that I'd never done in my career, but keeping I've done on and off. I've been doing for my respective IPL teams, and I've kept wickets for Karnataka as well. So I was always in touch with wicket keeping. So I've always enjoyed wicket keeping. So that was again something that I enjoyed, a role that I enjoyed.
Okay, KL, Rohit was on India Today earlier in the year, around April end, and I asked him this question, that now that KL is batting so well in the T20 format as an opener, India has this healthy issue between you, Rohit and Shikhar, and he said, Dada, you know what, at this point in time, the first name you put down in the T20 format is KL Rahul, and then you decide between Rohit and Shikhar. I mean, these are serious words, and frankly, you've got to say that the way you are starting out in T20 cricket, at the strike rate that you are starting out for India, a lot of our problems have been sorted. So the question to you, as and when the T20 World Cup happens, we are hearing it might be pushed back, that's a different matter, but as and when it happens, 2019 we came close. How obsessed are you about winning a World Cup? Because your skipper Virat says on this show that for him winning the World Cup is an obsession. Rohit says the same. How is it about you? Have you still gotten over 2019? And how much are you looking forward to the next World Cup?
Firstly, I'm just really humbled by Rohit's words, and I've been a huge fan of Rohit's batting, and I've played with him for a few years now, but he's someone on the team that I still, how do I say it? Like, for a lot of cricketers, when they see Sachin Tendulkar, they're just dumbstruck. They don't know what to say. So when I'm with Rohit off the field, I just, I've still not, been able to get through. But he's somebody on the team also. I mean, I know, or he's given me that sense that he has a lot of faith in me, and as a senior player, I've seen that he's backed me, or he's stood by me at a lot of instances. And I mean, like I mentioned before, when you have the teams backing like that, and when your senior players think that you I'm not really young or youngster anymore, but when they feel like there is a guy who can take up the responsibility and be amongst one of the senior players, that does give a young player or a player that hasn't played too consistently for the country a lot of confidence, and that makes a huge difference for a players. And having that healthy competition, I think ever since I've come into the team, since 2014, be it test matches or be it one-day internationals or T20, there's always been a healthy competition for the opening slot or for number 4. There are only a few positions that have been, that you can never take that position for a while at least. So, there's always been healthy competition, and players enjoy it. It just motivates us. It just pushes us to keep working harder and harder on ourselves, and it just stops us from getting lazy and complacent. So that's amazing, and that's what we all strive for, and that's what we all want in a team environment. So that's amazing. And
KL, what about the World Cup? I mean, is the World Cup an obsession?
Look, it was my first World Cup, and I played 2019 World Cup, and yeah, it's just always for any cricketer, just a dream to win the World Cup or to be part of the World Cup. And for me, it was just was wonderful. And to play in England, the energy, the atmosphere that was there in England was unbelievable. The support we got all over was fabulous. And throughout the tournament, not once did we as a team feel like we were not going to lift that cup. So when we were all confident, we played some really difficult games against quality oppositions, and it was never a one-sided game. We had to fight through every game, and we had to push ourselves. And I think we every time we were put under pressure, we did come out stronger and better, and we kept winning games in the first round. And like I said, we never ever had a sense of doubt in amongst the team or as players individually. For me, I never thought that we will not be part of the final or not lift the cup. So for us, when that 1 hour, it just like broke a lot of our spirits for some time, and being part of that dressing room after we lost was just it's just so, like, a lot of players, I mean, a lot of us were very, very emotional, and I don't think a lot of people know, but when as sportsmen, we all are very emotional about winning and about representing our country, and people think that we're all really strong and mentally very strong, and we don't show emotions on the field. But just to see a lot of senior players and see myself or the everybody in the dressing room just break down, like their spirits were just broken, and it just hit us so badly. And I remember for a few months, I mean, I would still wake up and I used to wake up with leaving that ball that I got out to, so it was just hard to get over something very, very difficult. And like Virat and Rohit, it's just become something that we really, really want to achieve as a team. And for us also as younger players.
Rahul, the point is, sport allows you that.
Yeah,
sport
it does
allows
allow
you that. I mean, that is why I asked that question, that you will get another opportunity, and I really hope you win the World Cup. I mean, that's because you guys have that team in you to win the World Cup, to something different now. I mean, you are now leader of the Kings 11 Punjab, and chances are that if the World T20 gets postponed, we might well have the IPL in the October-November window. I mean, as captain of Kings 11 Punjab, that will be a new challenge. Talk to me about IPL, the possibility if it does happen. How excited will you be, and as leader of your team?
Yeah, I mean, it is what every player wants. It is the progression or the upgrade for any player. You play for a couple of years, I mean 3-4 years for different teams, and you go from being a youngster to a more experienced and a reliable player in the team, and then you go on to becoming the leader of the team, and carrying 15 guys or 20 guys with you, and like I said, trying to make a difference, trying to win tournaments and trying to win matches. So that for me was very exciting, and that was something I was expecting and I wanted in my career. So really happy that the Kings fans and the Kings team have showed that faith, and I had this opportunity, and I'm very, very excited to go out onto the field and lead a very, very talented group of cricketers.
My time is getting up, so my final question to you before I let you go. A massive tournament is coming up, the India-Australia Test Series. KL Rahul, when he was sent back from New Zealand, I, for example, was one who felt disappointed. I thought you should have been part of the test team, and I'm making no qualms about it, and opened the batting for India in that form. Are you looking to make a comeback in test match cricket as well? How important is that test match slot to win back for you and India-Australia?
Obviously, playing for your country, no matter what format, and you ask anybody on the team, they'll all say this, that everybody wants to play every format, and each format brings a different challenge. And I've grown up with with the test match cricket mindset and that mold. My coach always prepared me and trained me for test match cricket, and as I grew up, then the white ball cricket became, then I started to learn and pick up on how to hit the ball harder, hit fours and sixes, and play the scoops and all of those things. But the basics were, and the dream was always to play test cricket. And my coach always said 100 test matches, you need to play that. So that was how I've grown up, and that's what I genuinely want to do. And I love playing cricket, be it whatever format. And it's not something that pulls me down, and it's not something that I'm going to say that if I'm not in the test match, I'm not a good enough player. So for me, whenever the opportunity comes, I will enjoy it. Like I said, it's just a blessing to be to represent your country and to go to, especially to a place like Australia, where I failed and I got dropped from the test matches. To go back there and play against them would be very exciting. And I look forward to it. But it's not something that is in my mind, as
is
in like
your
I
hands.
have to
But
do
you've
this.
done everything. I will say this: you've done everything to. I will say this: you've done everything to get yourself back into reckoning with the kind of cricket you've played. Make no mistake about it. The whole country will agree with me. Time is up, KL. Last one, very quickly. Not everyone is as strong mentally or in every other sense. You've had a rather tumultuous 1.5 years. You've come out triumphant. All of us are in a process of depression, gloom, given the current scenario in the country. Some words for normal people. How does one keep oneself motivated in such difficult circumstances? For your fans, a message for your fans.
Look, for me, every time I felt down, or every time I felt like there's no motivation to do anything, I've always thought about people who were stranded and not at home and away from family. So there's always somebody else who's hurting more than you. So for me, I used these couple of months to understand my own self, to help people around me, whatever little I can do, and get better at myself. I still know, like I said, there's a lot of cricket left for me, and there's a lot for me to improve in terms of my profession, my sport. But there is a lot more life left ahead of me. Cricket's going to be there for 10-12 years for me, and then I still have a lot of years to live. So for me, it was important that I learned about myself. I learned new things. I picked up new hobbies. I spent a lot of time with my family and understood people around me a lot more, and people that have tirelessly done things for me, my mom, my dad, my sister, to use this time. And there's always this, especially for cricketers, like cricketers or athletes or people who are busy, times like this that don't come too often. So just use this time to get closer to yourself, get closer to your family, and always see who you can help. At least like start with your surrounding, with your people, with people around you. And if you can help one person get better or make them smile.
I think on that note, these are great words. The show is called Inspiration, and what you've given me there I mean, you said to bring a smile on one person's face, you bring a smile on a billion faces. That's what the ability of Indian cricket is. That's what your ability has been in the recent past. And I'm pretty much sure that in the 10-11 years that you talk about, you will keep bringing a smile to many such faces, including myself and the millions who are watching this show on India Today. KL, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with me for this inaugural edition of Inspiration Season 2 on India Today Television. All I will say is more power to you, more strength to you. Stay happy, stay healthy, and sooner than later, we would love to see you back on the park, and virtually or in the stadium. I will be there to cheer for you, follow you, write about you, talk about you, and celebrate together. Stay well, stay safe.
Thank you, Dada. See you. Cheers.